what you brothers need to understand. For those of you brothers in the chat room, the Israelites are not just quote unquote black people. Because if you look at these curses happen to black people, quote unquote black people, but they also happen to a lot of the Hispanics out there, and especially the fucking Native Americans. You niggas cannot sit here and tell me that what's going on with the quote unquote Native American, and don't get me wrong, a lot of quote unquote blacks that they call blacks are actually Native Americans. So when you look at those three groups, those three nations of people, and you see that the condition that they've been living in the last 200-300 years since Esau, aka the white man, has been empowered, you're gonna understand it wasn't because Esau had these great weapons. Don't get me wrong, he did, but the Most High gave him those weapons. But it wasn't just weapons, it was plagues, it was famine, it was utter destruction, it was chaos, it was diseases. Those were brought unto us by the Most High. Why do you guys think that all you brothers in the chat room have not even sniffed COVID? Nigga, I have not sniffed COVID, because a lot of times the pestilence is just spiritual. So when it comes down to it, the Most High will put he will put curses, he will put plagues and diseases on you for you brothers not understanding what happened. And real quick, Zach Armstrong, he asked, aren't all of the Israelites scattered around the world? Yeah, of course, bro. But what the predominant areas that the Israelites are in is mostly West Africa, North America, you know, the islands, Central America, and South America. Those are the main areas that the Israelites are in. But you brothers want to break down his question?
I just want to hit it with a precept real quick. This is Jeremiah 12:9. Mine heritage is unto me as a speckled bird. The birds round about are against her. Come ye assemble, all the beasts of the field, come to devour. So that just goes to show you right there that the Lord's heritage, what is the heritage? Who is the heritage? Who is the heritage given to? That being the sons of Jacob, more Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, that seed line, that's given to the Israelites. So but it says it's likened unto a speckled bird. What is a speckled bird? A speckled bird has many colors. When you look at it, when you type in the image speckled bird, it's going to be a bird that's painted with spotted with many colors. You know, so you got to understand that, you know, that's Israel's going to come in all shapes, sizes, and forms and colors, man. You can't just limit the Most High just to say all Israelites are just black. Now, did our people start out as quote unquote, and I don't even like using this term because a lot of brothers use this term to try to say that all Israelites are black, quote unquote Negro, and they try to use that term as if that's a biblical term, which is not. That is still a man-made term. I forgot who the man it was, but it was a German man, I believe, that came up with the terms Negroid, Caucasoid, and Mongoloid. I forgot his name though, but that's a man-made term as well. That term Negro. So I don't even like really using that in reference to biblical matters. That's why I say so, or not just myself, but all of us brothers for the most part say so-called Negro, so-called Latino, so-called Native American, because all those terms are man-made terms. But just going back to the scripture real quick, it says the birds round about are against her. Come ye assemble, all the beasts of the field, come to devour. You know, come all the beasts of the field. That's in reference to all of us Israelites being everywhere. We're everywhere on the globe. We're in Africa, we're in Brazil, we're in America, we're in China, we're in Russia, we're in India, we're in Saudi Arabia. Israelites are everywhere, man. So to just limit the Most High, and honestly, you can't even read the Bible and come to that kind of. If you really read the Bible, you can't even come to that conclusion when you mix in all the captivities we've been in, all the traveling our people have done in terms of being sent to different places and whatnot. The Northern Kingdom, when you read 2nd Esdras, the 13th chapter, the Northern Kingdom come to a land never inhabited, that being America, and you know and then you detail and you. From that point in time all the way till now, all the mixing of the seed line that's been since then, and even in the ancient world as well. I mean, there's no way you can even come to that conclusion. You know, that's a very carnal doctrine right there, that all Israelites are quote unquote black.
Exactly. And just to add on to that brother's one point where he mentions a remnant in Egypt, Assyria, and Cush, you have to remember, even after our people were released, specifically during like the Assyrian captivities, Babylonian captivities, many of the people stayed. They didn't go back to Israel.
Gone. Four corners of the earth.
All right, you good?
And I want to hit another.
But yeah.
Also, I want to hit another scripture real quick. This is the book of Hosea. All right, cool, bro. This is the book of Hosea, chapter 7 and verse 8. Ephraim have mixed himself among the people. Ephraim is a cake not turned. when you look into a cake not turned, what is a cake not turned? When you turn a cake, that means the cake mixes up into one. When you are making a cake, you have all the different things that you're gonna put into making the cake. You have the egg, you have the actual cake powder, you have the milk, you have all these things that you put into making the cake. That's what the Most High is likening Ephraim unto, a cake not turned. What does that mean? Ephraim comes in many different colors. There's gonna be some Northern Kingdom who are quote unquote black. There's gonna be some Northern Kingdom who are quote unquote Latino. There's gonna be some Northern Kingdom who look like the image of the Native Americans today. You're gonna have Northern Kingdom that look like white people, that look like Chinese people, Edom and Moab. That just goes to show you that cake not turned is in reference to just a bunch of different colors thrown together. Now, of course, in the kingdom, will we come back to our original form? I would assume so. I don't know. The scriptures don't really say that. I'm not sure. But that cake not turned reference is another reference to show that you have Israelites that look like all nations under the sun. And also too, the beginning part where it says Ephraim hath mixed himself among the people. Ephraim being a representation of the northern kingdom, the head tribe of the northern kingdom, because that's who the blessing was given to by Joseph instead of Manasseh. That just goes to show you right there that Ephraim, the men of Ephraim, the men of the northern kingdom, have mixed himself with many other nations of women all throughout time. Now, were we supposed to do that? No, we weren't supposed to, but it happened.
Right, and then go ahead, man.
This is Ecclesiastes 10:7. I have seen servants upon horses and princes walking as servants upon the earth. So that goes back to the curses. Us not obeying and our forefathers not obeying. Now we are, the Lord sees us as princes and we're walking around here being servants. And the people who are supposed to be our servants, they're high and they're very prideful right now. They're in the king position. So just to show you who our people really are.
Facts, bro. So, breaking that down, we understand Israelites isn't stuck to just one group of people, but the main thing you got to understand is that Yahushua, again, he was a darker tone, bro. You know what I'm saying? Don't look at the church version, Caesar Borgia version, because that's false. And then also you need to understand that there will be a lot of other quote unquote colored looking people that don't look like a quote unquote black man, but they're Israelites. So you got to always understand that too. It comes down to spirit, because there's been so much intermixing, so much like Swint just talked about. When those people, are saved by Yahushua, you're going to see a nigga that look white. You're going to see a dude who looks Indian, a dude who looks, South African, a dude who looks Arabian, that are Israelites. It all comes down to the spirit. If you're a brother and you're in the truth and you wholeheartedly believe it and the Most High is working with you, just know you're an Israelite. So,
perfect example is Blake Griffin's son, bro.
Blake Griffin's son. Yeah, that's a perfect example. That's
true.
A perfect example. Also, the singer Halsey. The singer. I don't know if y'all know who that is, but she's a singer. Her name is Halsey. Her father's a so-called black man, but you look at her, she looks like an Edomite.
Yeah, Halsey, I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, Halsey, yeah. Mm-hmm.
Bro, or even, Drake's kid.
Yeah, Drake's kid too.
That looks like a damn Gerber baby, man.
That's the real kid or not.
What'd you say?
I said, we don't even know if that's his son or not. Yeah,
that's facts.
But yeah, bro, I want to get back to damn, he do look like he look like that nigga off of Home Alone, bro. I'm looking at a picture of him. That shit crazy.
What, Drake's kid?
Nah, Blake Griffin kid.
Straight up Edomite. He looked like a straight up Edomite, man.
Yeah.
You look at Blake Griffin's father. Like, Blake Griffin's father looks, he's black. Like he's a dark skinned black man. So that's crazy. So that just goes to show you right there that you can't go by color, man. The seed line and the DNA within the seed, depending on the nation of woman that the man mixed with, can look like anything, man. It could look like you could look at a guy like we could look at Drake and see that he's mixed. But look at the rapper Logic. Logic. I thought Logic was white. Yeah, he looks straight up Edomite, man.
Sure.
Whoa. But actually, I have a real quick precept for that. It's Revelation 7, verse 9. After this I beheld, and lo, a great multitude, which no man could number, of all nations and kindreds and people and tongues, stood before the throne and before the Lamb, clothed with white robes and palms in their hand. And they cried with a loud voice, saying, Salvation to our God, which sitteth upon the throne, and unto the Lamb. Now, I didn't read the verses before, but it lets you know that these are the tribes of Israel, from all these different nations and tongues and kindreds and peoples. Even though there's so many different peoples, at the end of the day, they come from the same seed line. That's what the Most High meant when he said to Abraham that through thy seed the nations shall be blessed, because we be scattered amongst the nations.
And real quick, that goes to show you why the Jews, Judah, Benjamin, and Levi, they were so upset when the Most High said he wanted all his children. He wanted the New Testament Gentiles, the unnatural Gentiles.
That's facts, bro. So, yeah, I mean, at the end of I personally believe in the kingdom. I think we are going to be restored back to our original form.
Yeah, probably.
I'm almost 100% sure, because that's not